Hey friends, welcome to our week 14 yoga practice together. Today is going to be a bit of a simple vinyasa, but we will do some heart opening and back bending strengthening, back body strengthening, eventually working up to floor bow. So I figured we'd try to do a little bit of heart opening and prone poses on our bellies while we still can. This is definitely something we will start to take out further down the line, but figured we'd get in a couple poses while we could. If you do not feel comfortable laying on your stomach right now, totally fine. You can roll onto your side and do one leg at a time for floor bow later on. So take whatever modifications you need. If you want a bolster or a rolled up blanket to put under your hips instead of laying straight on your belly again, that would be a good option, just depending on where you are in your belly growth journey. So we're gonna get started at the back of our mats in a kneeling position. If you're brave, go ahead and tuck your toes under. Sit your hips to your heels and close your eyes down. Place your hands somewhere along your body. Take just a few moments to arrive into this space, to soften your shoulders and your jaw, to grow a tall spine, and to start cultivating nice, even inhales and exhales. In and out through your nose. If the foot stretches too much and really gives you anxiety, you can untuck your toes and sit on the tops of your feet. But we'll stay here for 5 more breaths. On our last breath together, maybe you place your hands on your belly and take a moment to connect with your baby somewhere inside of you, and just commit to honoring your body and your baby during this practice. Take one more inhale. Exhale, open your mouth. Let it go. Go ahead and blink your eyes open as you untuck your toes. Maybe tap out the tops of your feet gently if you took that big stretch, and we'll sit back onto our heels again. We'll move into a little bit of a cat-cow here. So on an inhale, slide your hands back towards your hip creases as you lift your chest up and forward. Maybe drop your head back. Exhale, tuck chin to chest. Bring your pubic bone up towards your sternum and slide your hands down towards your knees as you round the back body. Inhale to open up. Exhale, round and curl. Move with your breath. If anything different is calling for you today, maybe going one side, the other side, barrel rolls, whatever, take that. Always have permission to explore. Good, let's go one more round here. Come back to a neutral spine. We're gonna wrap our right arm underneath our left for eagle wrap. And from here, think about separating your shoulders on the back body and pressing your elbows forward. Hold steady. Draw your upper ribs down. Just isolating at the shoulder joint for now. And then 3 rounds of cat-cow. So on an inhale, bring your fingertips towards the space behind you. Gaze up towards the ceiling, arch through the low back. Exhale, draw your ribs towards your pelvis and your elbows in towards your thighs. Inhale to open up. Exhale, curl and round. One more cycle here. Good, on your last breath, come back to neutral spine, and we will just switch out our arms. So left arm wraps underneath right. Maybe take the double clasp of the hands. If not, you could always just hold on to opposite shoulders. And then first think about separating your shoulder blades on the back body and pressing your elbows forward. Couple breaths into the back body, the back of the lungs and ribs. Good, 3 rounds of cat-cow if you wish to take that. Inhale, fingertips press into the space behind you. Exhale, elbows hug in towards your hip creases. Breathe in to open up. Breathe out to curl and round. One more cycle. And finish up your last one. Unwrap your arms and maybe just swing them out a few times. Switching which arm is on top. And then eventually we'll find a tabletop pose. So lean forward, weight goes into your hands, your palms. Walk your feet or your knees so that they're underneath your hips. Good. And we'll take a simple little vinyasa here. So on an inhale, I want you to lower your chest and your chin towards the mat. Find a little bit of a back bend. On an exhale, straighten back up through your elbows, tuck your toes, glide your hips back. Downward facing dog. First time in this shape today, so really have a generous bend in your knees. Good. Inhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin towards the mat. Exhale, straighten elbows, glide your hips back. Downward facing dog. Move through these two shapes with your breath, whatever pace that means for you. Start to get into a bit of a movement meditation. Really warming up the body through the hamstrings, the shoulders, getting your triceps and your chest fired up, and also the back body. So all these muscles around your spine, I want them to turn on when you're arching and lowering your chest towards the mat. Good, let's go 2 more rounds. Lower as you breathe in, straighten into down dog as you breathe out. Knees, chest, chin, and downward facing dog. Good, from your down dog, take a bit wider of a step with your feet. And we're gonna take some pulses. So bringing our chest back towards our knees, opening up through the shoulders and the lats. About 1.5 seconds per pulse. Think about wrapping your outer armpits down. Good, and we'll do a sun salutation variation. So on an inhale, step to the top of the mat. Bring your feet nice and wide, and then stack your shoulders over your hips, your hands to your heart. This is our active squat. Breathe in. Exhale, come to stand, straighten your legs. Good. Inhale, arms sweep high, right hand holds onto left wrist, and then take a side stretch over to the right. Good, inhale through center. Switch the clasp of your hands. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, active squat. Bend your knees, hands to heart. Breathe in to place your palms onto the mat and lean forward. Breathe out, step back to a plank pose. Good. From here, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. So we're taking out the little push-up in chaturanga for now, since we kind of warmed up with a similar shape. Let's move 1 breath per movement. Inhale, step to the top of the mat, feet are wide, toes are out. Active squat, hands to heart. Exhale, stand. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, sit into your squat. Breathe in to plant your palms and drop your head forward. Breathe out, plank pose, step back. Inhale, stay. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step forward into your squat. Exhale to stand. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms up high. Hold onto your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Dropping right heel down heavy. Breathe in, neutralize your spine. Exhale, sit into your squat. Inhale, hands plant. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Extra inhale here. Always have the option to drop your knees. Exhale, down dog. Go 2 more times at your own breath, at your own pace. Just a couple simple movements here, getting the body nice and warmed up. In each and every class, maybe we'll probably sneak in a little bit of side bending and some hip focus. Good, keep moving with your breath one more time through. Sit your hips low on that squat, and then power up to stand. Ride the full length of your inhale as you sweep up and over. No rush here. If you ever want to take a couple extra minutes to explore, you're welcome to. Good. We end up in a downward facing dog whenever you're ready. And take a few breaths to land here. Press down through your palms, lengthen through your arm bones, and then take a bend of your knees in order to slide your pelvis up towards the sky. Inhale, 3-legged dog, shift your weight into your left foot, sweep your right leg high. Keep your hips square. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest, step your foot all the way through. This is a good place for blocks on either side underneath your hands. Good, left hand plants. Bring your right hand to the back of your skull. On an inhale, we're gonna peel our elbow up towards the sky. And exhale, elbow drops in towards your right big toe. 2 more times, inhale, open up. Exhale, curl and round. So we're trying to bias our twist a little bit towards the upper and mid spine, keeping our pelvis relatively stable here. One more time, open up into your twist. Exhale, curl and round. Good, hands frame out right foot. Inhale, stretch your heart forward in your lunge shape. Exhale, straighten into pyramid pose, modified with the back heel lifted. Inhale, walk your hands forward, low lunge, runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten to your capacity into that right leg. One more time, inhale. Think about weighing that left hip down towards the mat. Exhale, straighten and fold. Good, left foot is gonna step forward, toes out, heels in. Find Malasana this time, Yogi Squat. So dropping the hips lower, a bit more of a passive version. First, bring your palms into touch at center. Press your elbows into your knees into your elbows. Breathe in for a tall spine. As you breathe out, we're gonna interlace our fingers, turn your hands inside out, press them forward as you round. Good, 2 more times, inhale. Palms to center, elbows to knees, tall spine. Exhale, press your hands forward and round. One more time here. Never holding your breath, always taking an extra minute if you need. Good, left hand plants. We're gonna step our left foot back. One more time with our easy twist, this time extending our arm high, fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, turn all 10 toes towards the right, drop your left hip back and down towards the mat. Into our fallen lunge. Inhale for a nice core oblique activation. We're gonna lift our left hip from the mat, stretch our right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Exhale, lower back down. 2 more times, press into the pinky toe side of your feet. As you lift up, exhale to lower. One more time, breathe in. Good, modified side plank. Exhale, lower. We're gonna turn to face the top of the mat. Left knee plants, right leg extends long. In our balancing table, keep a nice, neutral, stable spine. Of course, we have some arch in the low back, naturally, but we're avoiding really dropping the belly. So keeping some engagement of the front of the core. Option to stretch your left fingertips forward. Inhale, press long through your right heel. Exhale, curl left elbow, right knee. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale to extend. This time, bend your right knee. Bring your heel in towards your glute. If you're able, reach around with your left hand for the top of the right foot. Stay here, or kick your foot into your hand. Find a nice opener for the front of the left shoulder and top of the right quad. 3 breaths here. Staying stable through our right palm. 1 more inhale. Good. Exhale, release. 2 palms, 2 knees to the mat. Let's take a little shift of our hips side to side. Maybe a couple rounds of barrel rolls or cat-cow, if that's calling to you. And as you're ready, walk your hands forward a step, tuck your toes, glide your hips back. Downward facing dog. We'll move through the other side. Shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale, sweep left heel high. 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee into chest. Step your foot all the way through. Right hand stays grounded. Left hand comes to the back of the skull. Now think about keeping your right hip point down towards the mat. Inhale to open left shoulder up, left elbow up. Exhale, left elbow to left big toe. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, curl and round. 1 more with your breath. Biasing that twist towards the upper and mid spine. Good. Hands frame out, left foot. On an inhale, pull your heart forward. Stretch your right heel back. Exhale, modified pyramid. Keep the back heel lifted and straighten-ish into your left leg. Does not need to be totally straight. Inhale, runner's lunge. Rebend into your left knee. Exhale, straighten and fold. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale, fold. Good, rebend into your left knee. Your right foot is gonna step forward. Find Malasana Yogi Squat at the top of the mat. All right, first just shift side to side a little bit, feel it out. And then palms press into each other. Knees into elbows, elbows into knees. Inhale here. Nice tall spine. Exhale, interlace your fingers, press your hands inside out and forward. Round through the back body. Inhale. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, hands at heart center. Press your knees into your elbows. Lift up through your heart. Exhale, round. And press forward. Good. Hands plant. Right foot steps back. Inhale, easy twist. This time, left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, fall and lunge. All 10 toes pivot to the left. You might need to walk that left foot back just a little bit. Good. 3 rounds of our modified side plank to fall and lunge. So on an inhale, press into your pinky toes. Lift your right hip from the mat. Stretch your fingertips to the top of the mat. Exhale, lower your right hip back down. Inhale, lift up and over. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Engaging your obliques. Lower back down. Good. We face the top of the mat. This time, right knee is grounded and left leg extends long behind you. Couple breaths to meet the shape. Stay here if you would like, or extend your right fingertips forward. Breathe in your balancing table. Breathe out, right elbow, left knee. Curl it in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, tiger curl. 1 more, straighten out. This time, bend your left knee, curl heel into glute, and maybe reach back with your right hand for the top of the left foot. Stay here, or option to kick your foot into your hand, opening up the front of the right shoulder. Make sure you engage your left glute and hamstring. So we're using our back body muscles. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, release. Two palms, two knees. Take a little shift of your hips side to side. And then a couple of rounds of cat-cow or barrel rolls or whatever you need. Eventually walk your knees wide. Take a child's pose. Big toes in the center to touch. Walk your hands forward. Drop your forehead down. Take some big releasing breaths. Let's walk our hands over to the right. Taking a big side body stretch. So pretend you had a sandbag on your left hip. Draw your left hip crease back as you stretch. Left pinky finger towards the top right corner of the mat. Inflate your left lung on an inhale. And soften on an exhale. Good. Hands walk over to the other side. Right hand places on top of left. Stretch in opposite directions from right pinky finger and right hip crease. If you take some really good breaths into your lungs, you might hear some clicks and pops in your rib spaces. Totally normal. One more expansive breath here. Good. Walk back through center. And then come to a kneeling position. So shoulders are stacked over hips. We're going to take a few rounds of kind of a circle camel shape. So bring your knees in just a little bit more narrow. If this belly opener, heart opener doesn't feel good for you, go ahead and take your eagle arms again and work through cat-cow there. If you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to drive our hips forward, bring our toes underneath us, and then right hand to right heel as left arm stretches up and back. Exhale, lower hips to heels. Sweep your arms through center. Move to the other side. Breathe in, drive your hips forward. Left hand, left heel, right arm up and back. Exhale, lower hips to heels. Swim your arms to the other side. Keep moving with your breath. The inhales open us up, engage our glutes. The exhales, we lower back down and switch sides. Linger in any one spot if you would like. Take as much of a heart opener or a side stretch as you would like. You can kind of bias it either way. Let's do 2 more on each side. Good, last one over to your second side. Finish up if you need a few more moments. As you're ready, untuck your toes, close your eyes down, place your hands on your heart. And breathe here. Letting that energy shift through your body. Take whatever time you need here. Eventually come down onto your belly. This is a good spot to place a bolster underneath your pelvis, so below your belly, kind of on the upper thigh region, if you don't want to place your weight down onto your tummy itself. If that's comfortable for you, which it is for me, we're going to take some Oscillating Cobra. So plant your fingertips on the outside edges of the mat, elbows point up tall to the sky, press down through your feet, inhale, lift from the back of the heart. Kind of peeling your body off the mat. And exhale, lower back down. Again, modification is to have the bolster underneath your hips and just hold a cobra shape or a sphinx shape with elbows maybe propped up onto blocks. So keep moving through your oscillating cobra, inhaling to lift your body. Exhale to unfurl back down. I'm going to quickly show the variation I'm talking about. So you could totally open your heart by hanging out here, drawing your hands energetically back and threading your heart forward. This is a perfect option. You can even take some little oscillating cobras here. Let's do 3 more rounds, whichever option you're taking. Tighten your quads to lift your kneecaps from the mat, staying strong through the lower body as you lift up. Last one, lower back down. Good. Place your weight into your left elbow, curl your right heel in towards your glute, reach back with your right hand, take a little quad stretch here. Drawing both hip bones down towards the mat. Good, release your right foot. Cactus your left elbow out to the side and roll onto your left hip. We'll take a shoulder opener. Draw both knees in towards your belly. And breathe into the front of the left chest, left shoulder. Good, roll back through center and we'll switch it out. So prop onto your right elbow. Curl left heel into glute. Reach back with your left hand, find your quad stretch. So it's like we're gluing our left heel onto our bottom. And drawing our pubic bone down towards the mat. Good, release the foot. Cactus your right elbow out to the side, roll onto your right hip. And bring both knees to stack. A couple breaths into the right shoulder and chest. Come back through center. Option to hang out in whatever pose feels good. If you're ready, we're gonna take floor bow. So for this, let's bend both knees, curling heels in towards the glutes, and then reach back with your hands, hold on to the tops of the feet. First start by gluing your heels onto your bottom, like we said, and think about really opening up and broadening across the front of the collarbones. If this feels okay, you can start to curl your toes for a little break, and then kick your feet into your hands as you lift your belly and chest from the mat. You can reach back for the outsides of the feet or the insides of the feet. Doesn't really matter. You can reach for the feet or the ankles. Doesn't really matter. We're here for 5 breaths. Use the power in your legs to open up the front of the heart. For 3, 2, 1, gently release. Crocodile pose. Place your forehead on your hands. Straighten your legs behind you. And again, just be with whatever is coming up, letting that energy circulate through your body. You're here as long as you need to be. Otherwise, we're going to take a couple final stretches here. Let's take a half frog pose. Draw your right knee up towards your right armpit. Stretching through the right inner thigh. Try to create 90-degree angles through your ankle, knee, and hip. Good. Take a spinal twist. Thread your left arm underneath your right. Roll onto your back. Right arm comes out to the right side. Gaze can follow. If this feels like a lot of twisting in your belly, go ahead and bend your left knee and stack it underneath your right. Right shoulder might not necessarily touch the ground. But I want us to think about kind of rolling our right hip forward and really twisting and stretching and opening from above the belly button. Good, come back through center as you're ready. We'll move to the other side, half frog. Draw your left knee up towards your left armpit. And let your hips sink heavy. Starting to slow the breath down to find some ease in the body. Go ahead and thread your right arm underneath your left. Find your spinal twist. Rolling onto the back body. Left arm extends long if you have the space for it. And then again, option to stack knees if that feels better on your spine or your belly. Roll back through center. Press down through your palms to find a child's pose at the back of the mat. Knees out wide. Big toes in the center to touch and walk your hands forward. Give your stomach plenty of space to expand here. Let your breath reach its way down towards your baby. And just take a moment to acknowledge the effort and also the ease that you put into your practice today. Noting that it's a combination of strength and opening that really helps us own where we are. So we strengthen our back body, we open our front body, knowing that this mirrors pregnancy and motherhood and all that is to come. So, of course, it will be a journey of resilience and bravery, toughness, strength, endurance, pushing through discomfort. But it's also equally, and maybe just as hard, going to be an opening and a letting go, a softening, a releasing of so many things, of plans and expectations and perfection and control. So we learn that on the mat, and then we carry it out into our lives. If your eyes are not closed, go ahead and close them. Stay here as long as you need otherwise. Come up to an upright posture in our kneeling posture that we started in. Stacking shoulders over pelvis, rolling our shoulders onto the back body. We'll take 3 breaths to finish out here. Inhale in through your nose, fill up all the way. Let's take some open mouth exhales. Move it through. Big, full, expansive breath through the belly, through the ribs and lungs, through the chest and collarbone. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale to fill up. Exhale to release it out. Hands can come to heart center or to third eye center or to your belly. And we'll just take a little bow of gratitude. All right, thank you for practicing with me. Hope you enjoyed that little heart opener class. I wanted to sneak in some of that stuff before the stretching or the laying on the belly is going to be too much. I personally took out wheel pose a few weeks ago and just haven't felt like it's a safe posture for me right now. So if that applies to anything that we did here today, please listen to your body and take whatever modifications you need. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.